From spaceship cities founded by the patriarch Enoch to nowadays celestial ships, Jerusalem and Tenochtitlan as the image of the house of God. The incredible discovery of Lucio Tarzariol, who proves that Jerusalem and Tenochtitlan were built by the prophet Enoch as the image of the house of God. In this article, I will highlight my recent discoveries revealing the analogy of the ancient architectural plans of the two big cities, Jerusalem and Tenochtitlan, likely founded by Enoch, the well-known biblical prophet, with the aid of the gods which might today be called extraterrestrials. Furthermore, we will also compare these city maps to the alleged photos of spaceships which some people believe existing today in orbit around our planet. Enoch was one of the sublime prophets, chosen men who became coordinators of God. They built these cities imitating, symbolizing and reflecting the house of God, which was identified in the heavenly or celestial glory ship, which was seen surfing the skies at the dawn of humanity. In Exodus 16:10, it reads, "As Aaron spoke to the whole congregation of the children of Israel, they looked toward the distance, and saw the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud." Exodus 40, 34-38, 34. Then the cloud covered the meeting tent, and the glory of the Lord filled in the tabernacle. 35. And Moses could not enter the tent of the meeting, because the cloud above on it, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. 36. Moreover, during all their journeys, when the cloud moved upon the tabernacle, the children of Israel departed. 37. But when the cloud did not move upon they wouldn't travel until the day it actually did. 38. For the cloud of the Lord was upon the tabernacle during the day, and at night there was a fire which was visible from all the houses of Israel along all their journeys.
Enoch, master of the holy symmetry and of the sacred measures such as the sacred cubit, which today people are well aware of, began the construction of the first cities with the sacred criteria, revealed to him and then handed down to the Jewish, to Abraham, Solomon, and Ezekiel, for the construction of Israel temples, and to be also revealed to the Apostle John, who, in Revelation 21st, 16-17, describes the measures of the heavenly Jerusalem. Please assess the comparisons that I give you. Bear in mind the words of the Apostle John, who, in Revelation, about the new future heavenly Jerusalem, not surprisingly wrote, "I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the sky behind God. It was set up as an adorned bride for her husband." Revelation 21:2. Ask yourself, what city descends from heaven? What hovering city would appear in mid-air between heaven and earth? Moreover, ask yourself, what Jesus meant when he told Nathanael, "You will see greater things than these." Actually, I tell you, you will see heaven opened and the angels of God ascending and descending upon the Son of Man. John 1:47-51. The same name Enoch means inauguration, as the earthly city is inaugurated in this world where it was founded, because in this world it has the target. It aims at and it pursues. So it was the prophet who also had to inaugurate the Tenochtitlan, the city named after him. It is said that the city of Tenochtitlan was originally a mere site of huts made of reeds, but later on it became a big city and the center of the mighty Aztec Empire established in the south of today's Mexico, where its remains are now buried under the modern Mexico City. It is officially claimed that around 1200 the Aztecs moved towards the fertile Valley of Mexico, and in 1325 they founded Tenochtitlan, but most likely there were already ruins of a previous settlement. The legend says the sun god ordered them to set up on a journey to the south and to go ahead until they would encounter an eagle perched on a cactus with a snake in its claws. 1325 it did happen. The Aztecs spotted what they had been looking for on an island in the Texaco Lake. And there, on the marshes, they built a village and they called it Tenochtitlan, named after the legendary founder and chief Enoch, who for someone would mean the place of the prickly pear, or place of the cactus, while for others it means precisely city of Enoch. Although the Aztecs found indigenous people such as the Toltecs, they settled down and started fertile orchards and floating gardens, and so they made out of it a city with over 150,000 inhabitants, which was made up of islands connected by channels and linked to the mainland by causeways, bridges, embankments, the calzadas, and a functional aqueduct. In the central square there was a 30 meters high pyramid, with a stairway leading up to the temples dedicated to Huitzilopochtli, the god of the sun, and to Tlaloc, the rain god, whom the priest honored with human sacrifices, by removing the heart of the victims with a ritual stone knife. In 1519, the Spanish conquistadors with Herman Cortés arrived at Tenochtitlan, and afterwards, in 1521, helped by some locals hostile to the Aztecs, they conquered and destroyed Tenochtitlan. They also killed the Aztec Emperor Montezuma, who had previously honorably welcomed them, because they believed Hernan Cortés was the god Quetzalcoatl, described as a long-bearded white man on the way back to Tenochtitlan to reform the customs and the law. The Aztecs were people originally from Aztlan, for some bodies a settlement in the desert in the north of Mexico. For others, it corresponds to the mythical Atlantis mentioned by Plato. Indeed, in the history of the flood, which cancelled Astransi, it reads, "After an exodus to a new land, a person named Mexi received in Tenochtitlan the god commandments called Huitzilopochtli. He appeared on the wings of a bird at the top of a mountain." Sitchin, in his book The Gods with Golden Tears, reports the translation of a Sumerian text taken from some boards of the 3rd millennium BC. This text seems to retrace the biblical story of Cain and Abel. In fact, a shepherd named Ka killed his farming brother on a fight, and so he was then forced to wander away to the land of Dunu. There, he started his own dynasty, and he built a city which he dedicated to his son Enoch. According to Sitchin, this city is Tenochtitlan, which, not surprisingly, contains a stepped pyramid topped by two towers like the ziggurat of Babylon, and, according to him, it was the seed of Cain, who gave birth to the South American people. Some sacred scriptures say that Cain was banished by God into the east of Eden, Nod, where he would then mate. In his wandering with the demonic sorceress Lilith, aka Black Moon, aka Great Mother, who, not surprisingly, resembles the Aztec Coticlu, the one with a skirt of snakes, there is also a mythological book of Nod that sees the city of Enoch as a target of clans of vampires and their human servants. But likely, if indeed those gory and bloody human sacrifices had been performed in the Americas, how else would have they been seen? In the Enoch report, there seemed to be mating leading to the creation of evil, scary creatures and demons, which would still be around here nowadays.